Hi, my name is Bryce. Welcome back to VHS Play, where we are playing The Legend of Dragoon and recording it all on VHS. Last time I got mad at this game, I'm still mad at this game, and here's why. So, last time we looked at this treasure chest, and it said something about, like, oh, there's a combination lock, and also there's only so many tries less. Also, real quick, hey, as it turns out, this over here is an inn, type thing, and we can just rest for free, and down here we have a shop. I guess I should have realized that from the color coding of the little, entry-exit triangles. Not much to write about in here. There is a glaive and a beast fang. We already have a beast fang, and also it's a lower level item. Picked up the glaive, warrior dress, don't know if I care, / I'm pretty sure he already has it. And we could have bought stun guards and magic ego bells, which protect against bewitchment. That thing that, angered me immensely. There's also an item shop. Hooray. So that means that I have restocked on my healing items. I'm going to scram before I get on too much of a rant about the healing items and 32 item limit, yada yada yada. However, what we do need to discuss, and I'm salty about, is this chest. Me will come to the person who attempts to open this chest. They were not kidding about this message. This chest is evil. And here's why. So, there's not just one thing in the chest. And in fact, the chest will always close, and there is always more to get from it. After a certain point, you stop getting items from it, though, and you just get like 100 gold each, and that 100 gold is, in fact, an absolute insult. So, at the end of last episode, I tried once, and I got a 9 tries remaining message. Turns out, the combination changes every time you reload, and also, if you don't open the chest in the number of attempts, then congratulations, the combination is going to reset to something completely different. So that means every time that I want to try to open this chest, I need to first go downstairs to get my hint. And yes, we have to wait for the ghost to, get out of the way, and then we have to get around this corner down here. Just getting around this corner is a pain. This is the most efficient method I found to do this, is to just, dive into rooms. That way we don't incur any ghosts. We'll see if we can do some things, along the way. Anyhow, so there were... Every time you get the combination on the chest right... And let me write these numbers down, even though it doesn't actually matter because I've already done all of the things with the chest. We are just showing this off so I can complain about it. And this is, of course, the time it's going to give me, like, plenty of repeat digits. Alright, so just the two. Okay, so 0056. We have 4 digits of our combination. Our combination, however, is only 3 digits, which leaves... I did my math right. It is, in fact, 24 different combinations available. We have so many guesses, and every time you get the you get the thing right and get an item out, it reduces the number of guesses that you're allowed by 2, so that there is an increasing difficulty in the number of attempts that you have, and the number of combinations there are remains at 24. With repeated digits, that actually cuts down the number of combinations fairly significantly because reasons. Basically, if you were listing everything out, then the zeros, when you replace a 0 with a 0, nothing actually changes. Anyway, so we've got 0, 5, and 6. So those are the things that we can guess. And again, at this point, I've gotten all of the items out of this, so we're at the point where we did the thing when there were 10 guesses, and 8 guesses, and 6 guesses, and 4 guesses, and then there were 2 guesses. Also have done that one, by the way, because, boy howdy, didn't want to do that on camera, because it is tedious as heck. This save is actually 2 hours in the future. Let me try that again. This save has 2 hours more of playtime. on it than the save at the end of last session. It doesn't open. So, here's the really insidious thing about this chest. There are 2 messages that can appear. You can either get the X many tries remain, or you can get ... signals that you actually have 1 or more numbers in the correct position, which is, extremely helpful. It actually kind of is. When you have when you have actual, a number of guesses, then that information is extremely valuable, because you can just waste guesses on, putting the same, a digit all across the board, and then if you get a ... that means that digit is actually going to be part of the passcode. If you get the X many tries remaining, then that means that you're not going to use that digit at all. So if I had guesses to waste and I put 666 across here and I got 1 more try remaining or whatever, then that would mean 6 is not in the combination, and I can just fiddle around with my 5 and my zeros. And that's pretty telling when you have 2 repeat digits like that, so that it would be, okay, well, there can be 005, 050, or 500, and that's it. That would be 4 guesses, and we're good. We're at the point where you have 2 guesses. It's random luck at this point. It doesn't open. And also, we ran out of guesses, so this happens. Which, you get the laughing skeleton, it's kind of cute, and of course there's a fight, because there has to be some punishment for getting it wrong, right? But the actual punishment is that you have to do everything again, and you have to go back downstairs to get your hint, so that you can come back upstairs and make 2 guesses. You get 2 guesses at the final stage. Even at 4 guesses, it's doable with, actual logic. Granted, the game never tells you a dang thing about the ... And in fact, the first FAQ walkthrough thing that I checked didn't even, it didn't seem like that person, whoever wrote it, was aware of that fact, or they had just left it out of their description of the quote-unquote chest minigame. Meanwhile, the next one that I checked, which was actually updated in 2019, I think, they actually had a little thing about, by the way, ... actually means something. It's not just occasionally telling you have so many tries left, and it didn't seem to have any rhyme or reason behind the ... so I didn't put any thought into it. But I don't know, I'm not playing 4D chess apparently. Anyhow, I hate this chest so much. It was 2 hours of me just running back and forth. I got the first, I think, 3 chests right. No, it was just the first 2. I got the first 2 chests right. By just brute forcing it, not knowing the ... trick. When it came down to 6 guesses left, that got old real fast. And I checked another walkthrough and found out about the ... 1 number is in the correct spot thing. And then for my 6 guesses and 4 guesses, that left me with luckily getting a repeat digit in the hint, which meant that I was able to, in 1 guess, rule out a number, and then at that point use the rest of my guesses of like I just went through of the, okay, if there's no 6, then that means that as we've got 2 zeros and a 5, so that's either 005, 050, or 500. And at that point, trivial. That is 4 guesses. There's actually some logic behind it. It would be great if it actually, hinted at what ... means, so that you could understand, hey, there's actually logic behind this. Boy howdy. I swear, I am trying to enjoy this game. But man, that is some absolute nonsense. That is just it was 1999. We are getting into the era of absolutely stupid requirements for ultimate weapons and nonsense. That said, here's what I got out of the chest. 10 guesses. I think was a stun guard, One of them, like, I think it was like a stun guard, a panic guard, a bewitching guard. What was the other thing? It was another just boring accessory that is just like, hey, protect against one status effect. Yay. And then the last thing. The last thing, which, you know, requires that you do the thing what you only have 2 guesses for. Let me just completely mess up my additions. It was worth... I want to say it was worth doing, and there's a reason I did it. But wait, where are the addition squares and the nonsense of trying to do hard blade and failing repeatedly and repeatedly and repeatedly and repeatedly and only ever, you know, doing it wrong? Because boy howdy, hard blade is actually like really, really hard to pull off, and the UI is not doing any favors because I realized that at some point the UI, the little square like flashes white, and that kept throwing me off. And I figured out why the flash was there, and it is because the attacks are so close together. The like, we've got the 1, 2, 3, 4. Like the 3 and 4, I think it's the 3 and 4. Anyway, the 3 and 4 are like so close together that they actually have to show the next square, like the next square coming in before the first one's gone. So you just have 2 overlapping squares, and that just makes the center area that is usually just like a kind of grayish, like, look very carefully here. There's a little, like, semi-transparent white box around the target box. That semi-transparent white, when you layer 2 on top of together, it is a brighter white. So it kept throwing me off when I was trying to do hard blade. Because it's like there was an extra visual like click happening, and it's just like, oh no, let me hit the button way too early, and that took a while to get over. Anyhow, so at 2 guesses, you do get a very nice piece of equipment, and it's one of those things that's just like, great, I no longer have to play the game. So yeah, that's that's that chest. I hate it. I hate it. Like, if they had just stopped at 4 guesses, I think I'd be fine with it, because then there's at least an amount of logic that can apply to it. And while you couldn't have a perfect guess every time, like 4 guesses at least feels like it cuts enough information. Like you have enough time to actually get a piece of information from guessing. You can get information and react to said information. What number of episode is this? It should be an even number, so it's probably 2. Let me just go through my list. Typeroa, Phantom Ship. Right, because... Okay, got it. Yes, it is in fact. Should be episode 32. Need to restore my saves into the right spot. Anyway, yeah, you can see here, 26:45, and we loaded in at about 29 hours. Let's just look at that again. This is how much time I wasted on this dang chest just to get a piece of equipment that... It's 2.5 hours. It's actually 2 hours and 40 minutes, but we'll call it 2.5 hours because I've been ranting for about 15 minutes. We can also look down here. It was 20 minutes just to get the final thing, and that was pure dumb luck at that point. I managed to just get it on my second guess. At 2 guesses, it's just random luck, and that sucks when it takes like 5 to 10 minutes to go downstairs, check the hint, get the 4 digits, and then go back up and make wild guesses. And maybe like half the time you're going to end up accidentally bumping into a ghost along the way and get into another fight and not just a skeleton fight. Anyway, speaking of skeleton fights, we have a key, there's a boss fight, and also, of course, if you do this boss fight, then you move the game forward. And this chest is no longer available. And also, I have ranted enough about it. What is that piece of equipment that Rose gets? Rose now has the ultimate war god, which... Put her silver vest back on. And now let's track down the ultimate war god. There it is. Makes addition completely successful. The best part of this is that it just flat out does exactly what it says on the tin. Also, real quick, going to double check. Yes, you do in fact have that piece of gear. It makes it to where the addition just works, and it does in fact flat out work, and it counts points towards leveling it up. So great, I now have an item that makes it to where I no longer have to play the game in the way that, you know, was kind of... I no longer have to interact with a major mechanic. Yay! I'm thinking about, like, it always is just like, when I say a thing, it's just like, there's some voice in the back of my head, well, actually, in Final Fantasy VI... Okay, so Final Fantasy VI does actually have, like, the whole... At least version 1.0 / the Super Nintendo version, what was called Final Fantasy III in the States. That one does have, like, the evasion bug where you can somewhat easily in the end game get to the point that your evasion is so high that you are kind of not interacting with some of the combat system. Is that the same thing? Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, it is again, like, I think it is that in... Okay, so Final Fantasy VI, you have the evasion bug, and you can, like, easily get your magic evasion up high enough that you are now nigh invincible, just by virtue of not being able to get hit by anything. You can just dodge almost every attack. Meanwhile, in things like Oblivion, if you get your what was the stat? It's not stealth, but it was something about, like, illusion or invisibility or, like, transparent. I don't remember what they called it. Transparency, maybe? There was something that you could do that would basically give you perfect stealth, and then things could never see you. And if you did that, then all of a sudden you're just no longer interacting with combat in the game. And it's like, why? Admittedly, the moment I did that in Oblivion, that character was entirely boring to play, and I never wanted to play it again. This is a good item that I am perfectly happy to have. But it is just like, great, I have this item that I no longer have to interact with the addition system as much. I don't know how that makes me feel. Anyway, so Hardblade, we're getting it up there in levels, and so far it's not showing anything in particular for interest, but it is also level 2 as opposed to level 5, so we can't actually compare these numbers properly. Speaking of numbers that we can compare properly, over here we have Dart with his Burning Rush and his Crush Dance's Volcano. Also, hey, hooray, finally, because of, you know, the 3 hours I spent messing with that chest and having to do random fights and occasionally bumping into ghosts, and otherwise getting those guesses wrong and having to go back downstairs to get the hint, etc., 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 Crush Dance is now level 5. And we can actually see it actually does things. Like, we finally have an addition that has a long chain that grants a high amount of SP and also deals a high amount of damage. So now we're actually seeing the trade-off of this addition has 4 hits. It makes it harder to hit all of those hits and does open you up to counterattacks. Great. This has been 20 minutes, by the way. Good job, me. But we're seeing the trade-off. Like, there's actually the trade-off now. And if you ask me, it's not worth it, so I'm using Burning Rush, which can get me SP, which will let me do Dragoon stuff, and Dragoon stuff hits way harder and also gives me, like, double the defense. So, well, hey, SP, getting SP is what I'd prefer, so I will take that 100 points of damn percent down, which has actually been noticeable in fighting the skeletons. With Crush Dance, if I nail all 4 hits, then dart and one shot from Shauna would actually kill a skeleton. That is no longer the case with Burning Rush, but again, I don't have to interact with the system as much. And words. Anyway, thank you for letting me rant ad nauseum about this nonsense. Just everything I have been continually ranting about. We'll see what Hardblade eventually does, and I don't have to worry about actually hitting those 5 hits anymore. We can just use Ultimate War God. And there we go. Problem solved. So yeah. Was it worth spending 3 hours doing this stuff to get an item out of a chest that allowed me to no longer interact with part of this game's core combat mechanics? When I put it that way, it's really weird. It's really weird. But at the same time, yes. Alright, let's go fight some ghosts. 20 minutes into the episode, we're actually doing things. The lock is opened. Hooray! I am so sorry, but also not. Oh boy, a chest. That surely won't be trapped or anything. Hey, a bravery amulet. It actually wasn't trapped. I don't remember what bravely amulet. The hit side game to Bravely Default, Bravely Amulet. I do not remember what that does. I think it is like a, hey, don't, oh right, also we should switch off of the Shadow Cutter back to the Demon Stiletto because the Shadow Cutter is dark type damage and that has been a problem. It wasn't just because Rose is dark type, but it's because she's dealing dark damage because of that. That is her gear. I did switch that out a bit between things. I don't know why I switched it back. I don't remember. What am I looking for? Bravely Amulet. Yeah, fear. Okay. Doot, 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 doot. Cool. All right. Also, I have missed so much Stardust in this game, by the way. That was a thing of incidental information that I saw while scrolling down through those walkthroughs, because they basically just have like, oh hey, you're at this part of the game, you should have this much Stardust. I don't. Whamp. I've also apparently missed 2 Stardust on the ship. So, well, hey, I'm fine with this. It feels like a thing that was designed entirely to sell walkthroughs. And yeah, it's one of those things of just like, boy howdy, this is the thing that just kind of, again, I'm not a fan of just like, here's an item that you can't see and there's no indication that it's anywhere. You just kind of have to randomly check everything or use a guide. And I don't want to use a guide because, again, this game is 23 years old and I can come at it fresh and not have... I don't need to get everything in the game to have a good time, supposedly. Hopefully. If I do, then boy howdy, I'm gonna have words at the end of this playthrough. But anyway... Like, it's refreshing to come back to a game and not feel like I need to do everything, and I don't have to. Like, I can just play the game and, quote unquote, have fun. I swear, sometimes I'm having fun with this game. Sometimes I'm just real mad at it, and this entire ghost ship has just, like, mentioned that thing at some point of, like, uncanny valley situations with this game, and it's just like, I saw the ghost ship on the other side of the valley and went sprinting off towards it and then fell right into the valley and just didn't ooh. this entire ghost ship is just, oh, what a betrayal of my trust. Of I was so excited for ghost ship and then wham. Okay, seriously, that's enough ranting. Let's get back to the game. You black monster. How dare you come here, pursuing Princess Luvia? But as long as we are here with her, we are not going to give her up. We're not the black monster, we're... How
dare you, monster, using human words to fool us? Unforgivable. Even if it costs my life, I won't give up our princess. Luvia.
It's always just like below the fold is just like I'm expecting the line to end, and it doesn't, and it just adds like 1 to 4 more words. Oh boy, we got boss music time. Okay, they hit hard. Great. Yeah, you. Oh, also, everybody is now Dragoon level 4, or at least everybody that I use in my party all the time. So that also happened while I was running back and forth to that god-awful chest. Remember how I said I never wanted to grind in this game? Turns out I did some grinding incidentally, and I'm not happy about it. Alright, let's get back in. This hits everybody, that hits one person. Let's hit everybody. And like, again, I still see potential in this game. I can see, like, the seeds of, like, there's something interesting here. And I really want to know, like, why... Like, I really want to get through it at this point, because I want to see what people... Oh, hey, that was highly effective. Yeah, their corpses are still in the field, so that'll definitely be a thing. Interesting attack. And of course, stupid amounts of damage to Shauna, because it always is. Probably should have just attacked as Rose. Sure would be neat if the Ultimate War God also affected Dragoon attacks. I don't think it does. I haven't tried yet. Waiting for the ads to stand back up. Also, because Shauna is Dragoon level 4, that now means that each of her shots restores 100 SP. So now she only needs to do like one shot at a time, and she will be able to Dragoonify to do, you know, healing and stuff. Assuming she has magic points. Okay, the animations, there we go. There it is. The animations of this Ghost Knight's, the Ghost Commander's attacks, those are super cool. Like, flat out. Like, the whole stab yourself and emit a spirit to do a thing. Very neat stuff. Alright, so no, Ultimate War God does not, in fact, make it to where I no longer have to deal with the worst piece of UI in this game. Alright, last one. Please just stand up before Shauna's turn, please. Please? Yeah. Alright, Shauna. Now's your time. ghostly purple skull magic attack. Also, very cool. We win. That was surprisingly a bit easy, but also we did come in here with full Dragoon powers, and we got a night raid. Madness Hero, a new edition. Other characters also exist.
Princess, princess.
Shauna, it's over. There is no more black monster. Oh, please, please suffer no more.
You are. Thank God, you made it, Princess Luvia.
Wait! Is there still something I don't know about? Huh? The door is open. Look, I have an immediate recovery point, and I have ranted more than enough, and will probably rant again about the recovery system in this game. We're going to go and have ourselves a nice little rest. And the best part is, we still also have some Dragoon powers in case whatever is in the next room is a problem. A chest, and looks like the crib? Dancing dagger. Who uses daggers? List. Scroll all the way to the bottom. Or not entirely to the bottom? Unless it's an item? Scroll all the way back to the top. Dancing dagger is, I guess, sure doesn't seem to actually show up. Alright, so we're getting an extra 6 points. Which is like a 8 or 9%. We'll call it 8% increase in attack power.
Oh, Princess Luvia. She was still young. If she wasn't a princess of Milsisau, this wouldn't have happened.
Princess of Milsisau?
Oh my, you are? Alive! Oh Lord, it was not in vain. I have been wandering for 18 years and longing for you. I can now end everything. I can go to the place where everyone is.
Wait!
What kind of relationship do I have to this person?
Hmm? Eek! Oh, the ship is sinking?
Everything is fixed and under control in the engine room now, sir.
Is it her or is it the Commodore?
Now, let's relax and wait for Dart and the others to come back.
I choose her. All out of ghosts.
Whoa!
Kayla, get everything, get ready, quick! Everyone, hurry up!
Dart, Rose, quick, quick! Dart! Let's go, we're the last ones. Rose, let go, you gotta live. This is the same as back then. No, I won't let you go. We'll never let it happen again.
Totally messed up that first Rose line in voices, but whatever.
Rose?
Dart, Rose!
Dart! Commodore Puller, put out a life raft, quick! Dart and Zeg.
Zeg? Zeeg? Zeke? Zeke feels right.
Dart and Zeg. They're so much alike. Not only are they dragoons, recognized by the red-eyed dragon, but there is something else. Something that attracts me.
Yes, I did just sink in my chair a little bit.
After 11,000 years of time, I now feel the strength and tenderness of Dart. And even his frailty? These tame the insanity of the Dragoon for me. Zeg, if my hands could grab him, I wouldn't have had this bitterness.
Not bad. I'm taking you with me. dare you?
Belzeth! Your death won't be vain.
Revel to your very core in my eternal curse.
Sieg!
Let go. Save yourself.
I feel like I just watched, completely out of context, some like late, final episode of an anime Sakuga without the context. Just no context. No, like, just out of the blue, I have turned on like Adult Swim randomly at night, and it is, the early mid 2000s, and I've just caught like a chunk of the last episode of a beloved anime series, and I have no idea what's going on. That's what that cutscene felt like. But also, I got it right. It's Zieg. So hooray.
I saw Zieg in Dart.
I'm also doing Rosa's voice entirely wrong, but that's fine because I can't hit, like, that voice that is actually what she sounds like, so whatever.
But Dart is Dart. He is not Zieg. No, he is not Zieg.
Pupper dog. Pooch, what's wrong? Oh my god, there's somebody there. Oh god, it's Blighttown. Nah, it can't be. There's not enough wagon pieces for that. Pooch, you like him, don't you? I was surprised. Nobody would think there are people there.
We're saved thanks to you, Pete. We have to thank Pooch, too.
By the by, are you in love with each other? 'Cause you two are traveling alone. Do you think so? I think so. Don't they look it?
Pete's ma.
Is Pete a kid? Am I reading this entirely wrong? Should Pete? I think Pete's a kid. I'm getting just scale of person on side of screen versus scale of person with other people nearby. Pete's ma, what do you sound like?
Oh, yes, you make a good couple.
Don't be silly. We were just looking for our friends. Actually, there are 7 of us.
Right, Pete, now that I know that you're a kid.
Okay, but you don't need to be shy.
Are you sick?
Oh, it's nothing.
Actually, we should have been to the clinic in the neighboring town. Neighboring town? It's, Fueno? There's a port, and they have a boat to Danao.
Apparently, I have sound on my phone. Let me turn that off real quick. Fixed it.
You know what? The Queen Fury might have dropped by. But why don't you take your mother to Fueno? Because there's a monster on the way in the undersea cavern.
I know we rarely have guests, but we have to let them go, Pete.
Mr. Dart, I hope you can meet your friends soon. I hope so too. Say hi to everybody, okay?
All right. Just hop on that boat. I hate I hate these menus so much. Let's go to a place. Just like I understand that it's a it works as a development shortcut, but man, every time it's just like we fishermen are gonna go bust because we cannot go fishing. Hey, thanks, I made it. What?
Sea dragon's making a mess of Vilissa Bay. It's too dangerous to go fishing. Oh, I was this close.
Recently, monsters appeared in the undersea cavern. Oh, it's too risky to go Fueno. Come on, be good to me, baby.
Are y'all gambling? Is that like the implication of what's going on? This water really is like quite nice though.
There's water in it. I wonder if it's drinking water. Oh boy, it's a town.
It's a small town, hopefully. A healing potion, oh boy. Hey, a save point. Great, great. That means I can put things off.
Oh, Pete's ma really is a good woman. She lost her hubby in the sea when Pete was still little, but being the woman that she is, she worked hard and raised Pete. When as fate would have it, Pete's ma became ill. Now Pete's taking care of her, but she's got to go to Fueno as soon as possible to be treated. There's a hot spring in Fueno in the Fueno clinic, and it's famous for working miracles. I've always wanted to go there, although I've never had the chance. I heard it really works. When the guy next door had a strained back, and he went there. ...
Great, cool. Tell you what, we're gonna save here because I don't want to deal with a town, no matter how small. Hey, neat, it's just Dart and Rose. Neat mix-up of the things. That does also mean that I'm out a recovery method. Oh, this game. Lyderia. All right, cool. Yeah, we're words and things. Oh no, apologies for spending like the first 20 minutes of this episode ranting about a dumb chest that took me 3 hours to get everything out of, and also some 5 more minutes of talking about additions again. But, well, hey, we made it. We're off the ghost ship that I was so excited for, and it sounds like things might be progressing story-wise again, and we're not just going to be lost at sea forever. Well, hey. Oh, that was 3 episodes of that ghost ship. That just the Phantom ship was 3 episodes. That's ridiculous. Anyway, thank you very much for watching and putting up with me constantly whining. I've been Bryce. This has been VHS Play. Have yourself a lovely evening.